Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first video. Now, I'm basically doing this in order to show the progression of my Fluval Evo 12 or 13.5, whichever way you like to talk about it. I'd say about 2 weeks ago is whenever I added the live sand and rock. Now, I messed up because first I had the rock and one of the similar size over here. I didn't really like how that looked. So first I took it all out, made a little cave over here with just a singular, I think that same rock was over there. But I realized once I did that, because my tank parameters were pretty good, I was planning on going to go get a fish that day, and then I went and looked and my water parameters were in the garbage. Now that's because I took out both of my rock that I had cycling with it for 2 weeks. That just shows you how much of a newbie I am in order to be starting up this hobby. I do have a large freshwater tank with a whole bunch of other things, but we'll get into that another day. But for the most part, this is the first time I've done anything saltwater. I added this fish 2 weeks after. I've added a whole bunch of junk into it in order to get it cycled this fast. Like I added Doctor or something's one and only. I added that. I also added the Fluval cycle stuff that that product line that they offer. It worked decently. I would say that the one and only would have worked better, but I used that later and just to make sure that it was going to be okay for him once he got on the tank. But now that I re-added this rock, my tank parameters have been pretty good. My ammonia had a small spike, but I think my protein skimmer that I added to that is kind of somewhat taking care of that because it's been helping. It's been helping a lot since I restarted that. Now, a problem that I ran into is once I took this rock out, I thought it was because this power head I took out as well, because it just doesn't look too attractive with that thing in there. But it's between your fish dying and attractiveness, I'm okay with that, because once I took it out, my ammonia, nitrates, and everything else were just skyrocketing. Now, not incredible, but it was adding. Let's see if I have my on the normal test kit that most everyone have. On this test kit, it was bumping it up maybe 2 colors down or 2 colors away from perfect. But then I was like, oh, what's happening? What's the problem here? I added this back and everything started to help a lot. So if some of y'all are having that sort of same problem, maybe y'all need to add some sort of more circulation to it, because I just don't feel like the circulation that they added with it's just not sufficient enough, especially if you have rocks that the air, or not air, that the water could be trapped in. And with mine, obviously, I would think that I would have that problem. But I have a fairly thick sand bed, and so a lot of the times, since my power head is over here, it blows this sand away in both directions. So I had to move it to where it would just literally go towards this. I guess you can't really tell, but from this angle, it's going towards this corner, and it's kind of dispersing out different angles. I found that disturbs everything the least. He seems to be happy. But this is the progression of my tank. This is probably the most bare you will ever see it. But in the progression of me adding different corals, different fish, and maybe some of you guys out there in the same boat that I am, and we can help each other out. That's pretty much the only reason why I'm adding this, because I've tried to find small channels like that, and I found a couple like Nano Joe's, a couple others. I don't really know the name off the tank. I've watching Nano Joe's to figure out this thing, because at first it was a bitch to try to figure out. But yeah. Anyways, so I'll leave this to be, and I guess if you have any questions or anything that you could ask me if y'all are starting your tank. Now, I'm not a guru, but I will most likely respond. It being a very much smaller channel than most other people's. But for the most part, see you guys later.